Live from the Business RadioX studio inside Renaissance Bank, the bank that specializes in understanding you. It's time for North Fulton Business Radio.
And hello again, everyone. Welcome to another edition of North Fulton Business Radio. I'm John Ray, and we are broadcasting live from our studio inside Renaissance Bank on Windward Parkway in Alpharetta. And folks, if you need a better experience for your business as it concerns your bank, if you're tired of the big bank experience that involves really not wanting to talk to small and medium-sized businesses live, my suggestion is go to renaissancebank.com and find their local office. They've got some 200 across the South ready to serve you, and give them a call. And I think what you'll find is you'll find someone who actually answers the phone or returns your call and is happy to have an appointment with you and talk about how Renaissance can be of service to you. I think you'll find Renaissance big enough to handle pretty much any need that you have, small enough to do it in a personal way. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, member FDIC. Now I want to welcome Sonya Howard. Sonya is with ActionCOACH. Sonya, welcome.
Thank you.
I've been looking forward to having you. Let's talk about you and how you're serving folks out there at ActionCOACH.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Yeah. Give folks an introduction to you.
Yes, I am Sonya Howard. I don't go by Sonya Howard.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sonya Howard, serving ActionCOACH South Atlanta, but we can talk to everyone around the city. My goal is to reach every single business owner in the city and help them to grow their business. ActionCOACH has been around for over 30 years. We're in over 86 countries, and we make sure that your business is bringing in the money that it needs so that you can live the lifestyle that you want. If you want that vacation home, if you want to go on vacation more, if you want to see your family more, we want to make sure that your business is bringing in the income that it needs to and that it's working for you. You are not working for your business.
Wow, you said a lot there. There are a whole lot of business owners that really are working for their business, right? It's kind of mixed up and backwards, right?
That's right. They're working a lot of hours. They can't take vacations at all. They don't see their children. Their wife, a spouse, is not happy about the hours that they're making. And they really believe that they have to work those hours to make it work.
Yeah. And they got out of corporate to get into that, right? They thought they were going to leave all that with corporate. It turns out they just got from the frying pan to the fire, right?
Yes, they should go back and get another job if they don't want to do this the right way. Go back and get a job because that's what you're doing.
Right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your journey. And, you've been a business coach for quite a while now, right?
Yes, I have 10 years experience as a business coach. I worked in IT for over 20 years, and the latter part was coaching business owners, directors, executives to reach their goals, to meet their deadlines. And so that is the reason why I am with ActionCOACH. I was very ecstatic to find a coaching franchise that does the same thing. They're making sure that you reach your business goals. We love to make sure to figure out where you want to be in 5 years. Based on that, where do you need to be in 1 year? Based on that, what do we need to focus on in the next 90 days? And we look at your business goals, your personal goals, and we make sure and we hold you accountable using our 350 strategies.
Wow. Now, you, Sonya, I find it kind of interesting that you had been a coach for so long and then joined ActionCOACH. Sometimes some business coaches kind of start out with a franchise like ActionCOACH. Why? What was it that you said they do a lot of the same things? But what are some of the things that, in particular, that attracted you to going ahead and having a franchise with ActionCOACH?
Well, what I discovered when I was a business coach in the IT field is that these strategies that teams have never seen before, they've never tried before, once they actually implement the strategies, they see results very quickly. The same is true with ActionCOACH. The strategies that we have, some business owners may have heard of them. A lot of them have not applied them correctly. And if they do the work, they will see results very quickly. Action coaches have over 1,500 coaches worldwide, working with every type of business that there is. And what the owner, Brad Sugars, has discovered is that whether it's $1 billion business, $1 million business, or anywhere in between, that they have the same issues. They don't have the right people that are showing up, that are qualified, that are treating your business the way you do. They're not spending their time in the business growing the business instead of in the business. They're in the weeds doing the work every day, and they don't have time to grow the business. They don't have systems in place, processes in place where they don't have to do everything. They're doing everything themselves. Things that they don't want to do, things that they should not be doing. They don't know how to do marketing and sales and all of the different things. When we start a business, you have a person that's cleaning homes and they say, oh, I could do this. I can create a business. So they hire 3 more people and now they're cleaning homes. And what they haven't realized is that because they didn't go to school and get the marketing and the sales and how to create systems and how to get the right teams, they're actually in there cleaning the tubs and the toilet themselves. Therefore, they don't have time to grow the business and find bigger clients. So what we do is we come alongside and figure out what it is that they want to do, and we take them to a different level where they get other people to clean the houses and they're actually outgrowing their business.
So, Sonia, what is it about Sonia that makes you a great business coach?
Well, my very essence is curiosity. I love to listen to people, to see where they are in life, to see where they want to be in life. And so that is very attractive to me. I like to ask a lot of questions. Being a business coach, you have to ask a lot of important questions to find out where are you and where do you want to be? And based on what you're saying you want to be, why aren't you there? Why are you allowing your employees to talk to you in any kind of way? Why aren't you collecting payments on the work that you've done? Why are you allowing your clients to treat you any kind of way? So a lot of time, a business coach, we have to also be a therapist. We have to dig and figure out what is the real problem. And a lot of times it goes all the way back to something that happened in your childhood, something that how you were raised, the reason why you allow people to take advantage of you. And once we get down to what the real problem is, now we can help you. Now we can come up with, it could be just changing your mindset on you do deserve the right team. You do deserve to make money. It's okay to make money. So once we can get what the real problem is and then apply the strategies, then we can get you to be successful in your business. And that's what I really love. I love helping people to reach their goals, and those that want to be coached, because a lot of people don't want to be coached. They say they want to be coached, but they won't do the work.
I am shocked to hear that. Sonya Howard is with us, folks, and she is with ActionCOACH. So, Sonia, what you're getting at is something that's, I guess holistic is the word, right? I mean, that maybe folks that think they can separate business from personal, you really can't do that. I think that's what you're saying.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. You have to figure out what's holding you back. Why aren't you reaching the goals that you want to reach? Sometimes it could be something as simple as you've never been a salesperson before. So since you've never been a salesperson before, let's come up with a creative way of how you can get new clients. Maybe you're just good at talking to people. So let's get you in some networking events where you're talking to people. Maybe you could do an interview.
Yeah.
Maybe you can interview some people for what you're doing in your business. And then that's how you can meet other people. So we like to make sure that we figure out personally what's going on, and personally, what do you like about your business? Everybody has a reason why they started their business. Let's get back to that real reason of why you started, and let's make sure you're working in that arena and make sure that this business is profitable.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, what you're talking about is outsourcing, and correct me if I've used the wrong word there, but outsourcing the kinds of activities that either you're not good at it or you don't like to others, right?
Well, not necessarily outsourcing, because that could be a bill, right? I am also trying to get you to reduce costs. So it could be an intern who's checking your emails, who's responding to emails.
Right.
It could be an intern that's doing the paperwork that you don't need to be doing. It could be something as simple as an intern or an assistant who really is excited about what you're doing, a new college grad who's really excited. You can train them in the field and slowly give them things that they can do that you trust that they can do, and measure it with KPIs, key performance indicators. And therefore, you feel very comfortable now with delegating those things to that person.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's either, it could be outsourcing, but it may be, for lack of a better term, insourcing. I mean, to other employees or interns, what have you, inside your company.
Yes. And there is occasions where you have someone where I don't want to do my books. So yes, I can refer you to many people that I know that are doing accounting, or yes, I am ready to sell my business. And so therefore I can bring in a lawyer who can speak with you about that, or bring in a financial person who can speak to you about what's your business worth now, and what all do we need to work on to get it ready to be sold, to get it to be attractive for someone to come in.
Got it. And I guess I'm curious, Sonia. I mean, what's the, I want to get to maybe an example of how you work with somebody successfully and what that looks like. But let's talk about what the other side looks like for a second. I mean, if I'm a business owner and I'm thinking about something's wrong, how do I know that I need to pick up the phone and call Sonia? I mean, what are the symptoms I need to look for?
That's a great question. So there are many, many symptoms. Many people are having a problem with getting the right leads, right? They're not talking to the right leads. The right people are not showing attention to people that can afford their services, the people that need their services. Sometimes it could be that you are getting the right leads, but you're not converting those leads to clients. It could be that you're working way too many hours, 60 hours a week, and you never see your family. It could be that you are not making any profits. So you have clients, but you're not making profits because you have, paying too much for inventory. Or it could be that you're not charging the right prices. You're discounting everything. It's so many things when it comes to the money part. It could be that you have employees that they don't show up on time. They don't come at all. When they do, they're not doing the work. You got to go behind them and do the work.
Yikes. That doesn't work, right?
And it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a problem with everybody getting the unemployment.
Yeah.
People don't want to work. They would rather stay at home.
Yeah.
So, but there are some people that want to work.
Sure.
And so we like to help you identify who those people are.
That's compelling info here from Sonya Howard, folks, and she is with ActionCOACH here in the Metro Atlanta area. So, speaking of that, give your geography in terms of how you work with clients. Is it just Metro Atlanta or beyond?
Yes, we at ActionCOACH, we have an area that they assign to us, but we can speak with anyone because I mostly coach my clients virtually anyway, so it doesn't really matter where they are.
Okay, cool. Good to know, since this show's heard wherever there's an internet connection. So that's good. That is. Yeah. Awesome. So let's talk about the services that you offer, Sonya. I mean, what are the options that, you offer business owners that want to engage your services?
So we have something for everyone. If you really want to be coach, if you really want to grow your business, we have weekly coaching where you sit down with me. We talk about whatever strategies whatever goals that you've decided you want to work on, and we apply those strategies. We brainstorm together. We have bi-weekly coaching. If you don't want to do weekly coaching, we have group coaching. And the benefits of that is that you're sharing a session with other business owners. And now you get to hear how they are applying the same strategies, and you start to think outside of the box. We have classes that we teach about marketing and sales and systems and teams and all those different things that you may not have had training in. We also have 90-day planning where we sit down and come up with a detailed business plan for your business. So you walk out of there knowing exactly what you're going to work on every week for your business based on the goals that you've decided on. And we break those goals down to tasks and steps. And then that also includes coaching. And then we even have our own networking groups where we get together and you meet with other like-minded business owners, and we share referrals with each other. We learn more about each other's business in a more relaxed environment. So there's something for everyone, anybody that's interested and want to be coached, that's willing to be coached. I keep putting emphasis on that.
Ooh, I want to come back to that. But so I think what I heard in there is you've got both one-on-one and group options.
Yes. And classes.
Okay.
And workshops.
Yeah. Okay, so you've mentioned this a couple of times, being coachable.
Yes.
How do I know that I'm coachable enough for Sonya?
Well, that's very clear, because a part of my process is anybody that's think that they're interested in coaching, we have a complimentary coaching session. In that session, prior to that session, you'll complete a questionnaire. In that questionnaire, it'll be lots of questions that will help you to really think bigger than whatever you're thinking about your business and your goals. Once you walk through that questionnaire, you will actually you'll discover the things that you should be doing. We will review the questionnaire, and then after that, we'll have the complimentary coaching session based on whatever you selected on the questionnaire. And in that process of giving you strategies, I'll ask you lots of questions. I will dig deep to some areas that are going to be very uncomfortable for you. And we will get down to what the real issues is, and I will offer you strategies based on that. And based on that scenario, at the end of that session, you will know whether you want to continue coaching or not. And I will know if you are coachable based on your responses.
Wow. So you're going to really put me under the bright lights, hot lights, right?
That's right.
Wow. I got to be ready.
That's right. That's right.
Well, that makes sense though. Seriously. We're chuckling, but that makes sense, because if you're going to affect change, you've got to be ready to go wherever there is necessary, either in your business or inside yourself, to affect that change, right?
Right. And these businesses, this is very personal. A lot of people have spent all of their money, and this is their baby. growing this business, and they're working all these hours and they're hanging on by a thread, trying to not let the business go under, And so what we do is we help you to figure out where the real problem is, and we give you strategies for those problems. And if you do the work, you will see benefits. You will see progress very quickly. Within 2 weeks, you will see progress.
Wow. 2 weeks.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, what can I expect to get done in 2 weeks? I mean, it took me a long time to get in the ditch, Sonia. I mean, you're going to get me out in 2 weeks?
Well, think about it. It's so many layers that are there, right? It's so many things that need to be addressed. If I can just get you to say no, no to people that are taking up all of your time, that's going to free up some of your time right there. One of the very first things we have to deal with is your time. What are you doing with your time? What does your calendar look like? Are you living on a calendar? A lot of times that's the very first thing we work on is freeing up your time so that you have time to be coach and work on the right things. Got
it. That makes perfect sense. So how does, let's say I come to you and want one-on-one coaching. I mean, what does that process look like? I mean, in terms of how does the conversation unfold, and how then from there on, how often do we meet? What happens in those sessions, etc.?
Well, I actually kind of skipped ahead.
Oh, that's okay.
I did skip ahead, and part of what I was saying about the questionnaire was that's a part of the process is completing the questionnaire, us reviewing the questionnaire, and then going through the strategies, digging deep, helping you to figure out what the real problem is. And then by the end of that session, you will know if you want to be coached. You will know if you are interested in coaching. If you decide to be coach, the very next step is to have a alignment. It's a 4-hour meeting where we talk about every single personal goal you want, every single business goals that you want, and we align those goals. And once we align those goals, that's when I apply the 350 strategies, whichever one apply to what you said you wanted to do. And we meet every week, and I hold you accountable. And every week we are talking about different things. You will not be working on the same goals 2 weeks from today. It's always going to be something different because I'm holding you accountable because we have a whole lot of things to apply to your business.
Sonya Howard, folks, she is a business coach with ActionCOACH. So Sonya, I would love it if you could maybe offer an example, someone that you've worked with. Of course, you don't have to mention any names unless that's appropriate, but someone you've worked with that has experienced great transformation because of your work.
Yes, I will use a simple lawyer. I have a lawyer who, when he came to me, he was working more than 60 hours a week. He had a problem with collections. He had a problem with, of course, we just mentioned that his time. He was working with clients that he necessarily didn't want to work with. And of course, all of this was affecting the profits that he was bringing in. And so after working with him, the very first thing I worked on was his time. Who do you want to work with? Let's look at the clients that you want to work with, and let's slowly not engage the ones that you don't want to work with. And especially if it's a client that's giving you a hard time, let's get rid of those clients. Let somebody else deal with those clients. We worked on collecting his payments. We have a process that we go through to make sure that you're collecting the money that you have, the services that you're doing. Why are you doing these services if you're not going to be paid for them? We talked about his, the right client and reaching out to the right client. And over time, this lawyer now, his time is freed up. He's working less than 40 hours. He's working with the clients that he want to work with. He receives his payments. He have a better process to receive that so that he doesn't have a delay in his cash flow. And most importantly, he spends time with his family. He sees his family. He sees his children. And he's happy. He's less stressed. A lot of lawyers are stressed out. So that's an example of a lawyer. No names.
Okay. Yeah. No names. That's withhold names to protect the guilty. Right. But now come on now, you're going to help me work less and make more money.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And that's one of my clients right now that I have is a personal trainer. That's a perfect example. Let's talk about personal trainer.
Yeah.
So when you think about a personal trainer, they're probably working with a typical person in the gym. But now what he's doing is he's working with movie stars. He's training movie stars. That's a higher ticket price, right?
Right.
He's working with programs in luxury apartments, creating programs in luxury apartments. That's a bigger ticket item, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So now let's talk about your time. What are you doing? It's a whole lot of stuff he shouldn't have been doing, but now he's working on a schedule. He's building his business during the day. He's delegating things to his team that he doesn't want to work on, and he is bringing in more money.
Makes sense. Wow. Compelling words here, folks, from Sonya Howard. Sonya is with ActionCOACH. She's a business coach there with that firm. Well, Sonya, this has been great. I can't imagine that folks that are hearing this interview wouldn't want to be in touch. So let's get them pointed in the right direction. How can they get in touch with you?
Thank you for that. Sonya Howard, SonyaHoward at ActionCOACH.com. You can go to my website, SonyaHoward.ActionCOACH.com. And you can also check out ActionCOACH.com to read everything what ActionCOACH does. And I'm on social media for LinkedIn, Facebook, even Twitter, pretty much everything with ActionCOACH South Atlanta is how you can find me.
Got it.
And my number, 770-742-9887.
Terrific. Sonya Howard, folks, with ActionCOACH. Sonya, this has been great. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hey, folks, just a quick reminder. If Sonya has gotten after you about maybe outsourcing your administrative task or bookkeeping or some other services, and you need a place to go, I've got a suggestion for you. Office Angels, officeangels.us. They handle all manner of outsourced services. And Essie Escobedo has been doing this now for 21 years. She is the chief executive angel there. And what she does is have a conversation with you and figure out what your issues are and what she can help with. And she sends an angel or two in to fly in, get the job done, and fly out. And they do it on an ongoing or as needed basis. So one way to go forward is to go to officeangels.us and check them out if you're shy. Another way is to just give her a call, 770-442-9246, and tell her I sent you, and you'll be glad you connected with her. Folks, just another quick reminder, you can find our show, North Fulton Business Radio, on all the major podcast apps. North Fulton Business Radio is the search term. My simple request is that you subscribe to the show, please, and keep up with us and let us know how we're doing. You can email me directly at jray@businessradiox.com and tell us how we're doing. But the other thing I would appreciate is if you would give us a 5-star review. Now, that's not about me. It's not about Business Radio X. It's about our tremendous guests that we have on this show, like Sonya, who do great work, who every day show up and do great work, and they deserve to be found and celebrated. And you supporting the show in that way, that very small way, helps people find the show and potentially use their services. So if you could do that for us, I'd appreciate it. So for my guest, Sonya Howard, I'm John Ray. Join us next time here on North Fulton Business Radio.